Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Before we start, make sure you click that subscribe button. I do tons and tons of giveaways, giving away disgusting amounts of silver. I gave away over $1,000 worth of silver once I hit 40,000 subscribers. I'm doing another giveaway at 42,000 subscribers. I'm doing another one at 45, 47, 50,000 subscribers. I'm doing an astronomical amount of silver. It's going to be given away, so make sure you subscribe. I also post daily videos every single day, 2 videos a day, giving you guys the inside scoop. Always keep you in the loop because you got to know what's going on. You cannot be blindly investing. You can't just buy silver randomly and just sell it randomly. You got to know what's happening, why the prices are acting the way they are, what's affecting them, and most importantly, what you should do about it. And I got y'all every single day. So first and foremost, have you guys noticed that silver isn't as tinfoil hatty, if you know what I'm saying? That was a weird way to say it, but people at least used to look at silver stackers as kind of just like the ones that are out there, the rebellious metal. But nowadays, I'm seeing a very, very quick wave of buyers that not only have reason, because see, here's the thing. When I used to tell people why you should buy silver, they almost listened to, the reasons and thought of the ifs. Yeah, that would make sense if, or yeah, that would be that's great, but that's only if this would happen, or what if this doesn't happen, or what if, and nowadays it's becoming inevitable to see that what we're talking about, the reasons are coming, and this pandemic actually are making those reasons come faster than expected. So now we have a whole bunch of people trying to jump on the silver bandwagon because they're about to miss the boat, or they're realizing that they're about to miss the boat, or they feel like they're about to miss the boat, and they're panicking. And then you see, the short squeeze happen, which is even another layer on top of the things. And then you have all these people running to buy silver while the demand is already increasing from, electric vehicles and all that stuff, solar panels, all that stuff. So then we have this very, very dangerous situation where there's not much silver getting dug up out the ground anyways, especially since silver's been pretty bare for the last 10 years. Miners don't really care about silver. Silver's found as a byproduct. So then we have this situation, low supply, high demand, and we've been talking about this for years. No one believed us. Silver stackers always get the last laugh. No one believed us, but now all of a sudden, it's like, oh yeah, well yeah, silver, it's obvious. I mean, it's a no-brainer. But it's like, where were you a couple years ago watching my videos doubting us or buying stocks instead? Or it doesn't make sense. But I guess people do need validation. Validation's a very strong motivator. People need validation that something can go up or that it does have value. And that's terrible. You shouldn't need validation. If you understand how profitable silver is, if you understand silver's true value, you shouldn't need validation to see that it can go higher. You should know that it is going to go higher. Get what I'm saying? If you look at what silver can do and where the economy's headed, then you should know that $26 for an ounce of silver is extremely cheap. It's extremely undervalued, and that that the price is going to go higher. So when it starts hitting $30, $33, that shouldn't be when you buy, like, oh, it is profitable. Oh, crap, I was right, or maybe I was wrong, and then you jump on right then. That's actually the worst time to buy. When most people are buying, that's probably when you should be selling. And when most people are selling, that's probably when you should be buying. Most people panic sell when the price drops lower. As it drops lower, people are gonna become scared, thinking that they made a mistake, and they're gonna sell it. And then once the price is at $35, everyone's talking about it. Every article, every news, friends, family, cat, dog, and people are like, "Oh man, I need to get silver real quick because the price is going up." It's like, no, that's not how it goes. Well, at least to be a successful investor. See, successful investors get in before the scoop. Successful investors get in while nobody's talking about it because that's when the price is the best. For some reason, when the price is the best, that's when people sell. When the price is the best, you get things on a discount. When silver's $26, that's a pretty good bang for your buck. I mean, $26 in the grand scheme of things is nothing. Silver's been $50 not even 10 years ago, and look at the stakes back then and look at the stakes nowadays. I mean, it's a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. And if you don't realize that, then you really just don't understand economics or understand the silver markets. And if that's the case, then you shouldn't be investing in anything, because this is probably the easiest to understand. If you want to talk about cryptocurrency with all these altcoins and the blockchain and mining difficulty, and it's crazy. It's psychotic to think how complex crypto is and how easy it is to just go on APMEX and buy a single ounce of silver is and just hold it in your house. It's so much easier. So much easier. Now, silver is going to take on a life of its own, and if you don't believe me on that front either, then try to tell me why American Eagles have $10, $15 premiums. It's scarcity, but it's not only scarcity, it's also because silver is separating its role from gold. Do you see gold with these crazy high premiums? No. I'm telling you guys, I've been saying this for a while. I'm not telling you guys, I mean, you guys know as well, but silver is extremely different than gold. So why are the prices so extremely correlated? There's no reason that silver's price should be mimicking what gold does when they're used for two completely different reasons. I mean, yeah, the gold to silver ratio fluctuates here and there. I mean, yeah, the gold to silver ratio was 125 to 1 in March. And then it's around, like 60, 65 to 1 in today's time. Yeah, that's a crazy change from silver outperforming gold. But if you really think about it, that still is nothing. And you want to know why 60 to 1 is still extremely exaggerated? Because it comes out of the ground, I would honestly say around 3, 4 to 1. Now, yes, it's a lot higher coming out of the Earth's crust, 3, 4 to 1. But if you also incorporate the principle that gold is remelted, recycled, reused, rescrapped, and silver isn't because it's thrown away in technology. So all the silver that's getting dug up is getting thrown away. So the recirculating supply of silver is zero when gold is almost 99%. Almost everyone that owns gold is going to sell it at one point in time, or that gold is going to get remelted and then reused. So the gold that's getting dug up is always going to be circulating, where the silver that gets dug up is getting thrown away. So yes, it comes out of the ground roughly 8 to 1, 12 to 1, but it's smaller when you incorporate that silver is used in gadgets and technology, so that silver is getting thrown away. So it is lower. So if the gold to silver ratio is around 4 to 1, we'll say, give or take, then why is the ratio still 60 to 1? I mean, back in ancient days, it was 2.5 to 1. 2.5 parts silver equals 1 part gold. Even, the past couple thousand years, 8 to 1, 16 to 1 in newer times, 1800, 1900, or not even 1900, 1800s, 16 to 1. Then 1930 hit, then it was 16 to 1 to 75 to 1 when FDR got in office. And then it's been from that point on in 1930, it was history. So you could see that silver being this much cheaper than gold is only a new thing, and it's only a man-made decision. It's not like silver's 65 times cheaper than gold because of any real reason. No, the only reason is because we did that. We just said that. And when you're talking about something as fundamental as precious metals, you shouldn't be going off of who says that or who thinks that or who made that rule or who made that decision. No, it should be based off supply and demand. How much comes out of the ground? What's the demand? It's silly. And the best thing about this, though, is this is the best thing about it, is that we are having to switch roles. How silver is naturally taking on a life of its own because it is not only a monetary metal, that it also is an industrial metal. And as time goes on, especially as we advance technologically into this new digital age with industry, silver being so, such a main component in this stuff, it's almost a given. It's almost, it's almost inevitable for silver to take on a life of its own. It's almost inevitable. And when that happens, then the gold to silver ratio really won't matter. Stock market volatility really won't matter. The dollar index really won't matter because silver won't be needed or won't even be compared to those things because silver is so far from those needs, right? It's so far from those needs. It really is. It really is. So I don't know. I definitely think that something's changing. Speculation in these markets are changing. It's becoming worse. It really is. And if you don't believe me, then tell me why a single tweet from Donald Trump can send silver prices flying. That's speculation. And it also has to do with the amount of accessibility to buy and sell silver and trade silver. Apps like Robinhood, things along those lines. It does make it a lot easier to buy silver, especially from the ETF side of things, right? The SLB got 1 billion ounces of silver last year. That's crazy to think about, especially when there's only like 100 million ounces, or a couple 100 million ounces of silver getting dug up, or even less than that the past couple of years, especially with the pandemic. But even before that, miners haven't been focusing on silver because it hasn't been profitable. So they're looking for gold, lead, and zinc. They'll take some silver if they find it, but they're not looking for it. It's a byproduct. So if we don't start catching up, if miners don't start picking up the pace, then there will be a point in time where the supply will not be able to meet the demand. And we already saw a glimpse of that now, the silver shortage. Not even talking about the Reddit short squeeze. There was a shortage before all this. The U.S. Mint sold out of American Eagles last year. Royal Canadian Mint shut down for 2 weeks. Then the U.S. Mint a couple months ago had to cut off supply to bullion dealers. Then they had to make an emergency million mintage San Francisco coins because of this. And then we see it still continuing to pick on with the Reddit short squeeze. ATMEX sold out. I mean, if all these aren't coincidental to be happening all within a year's span. And as demand grows, as we start putting this silver in these solar panels, do you think the situation is getting any better? No, it's going to get a lot worse. Especially if the price starts picking up, because then not only will big business need it for these solar panels and stuff, then individual investors like you and I also are going to start buying whole bunches of silver. So it's going to be getting hit from all angles. It's going to be used for solar panels, all that stuff, big business needing silver for all these needs to make the world go round. But then there's also all these people like us that are also trying to buy silver, get their hands on silver. So, I mean, and silver's a small market. It's getting harder to find silver. If you think that this is something that is just going to naturally blow over, out of sight, out of mind, it'll work out, it'll fix itself. No, you're going to be sadly mistaken. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you thought this video was educational, informational, at least entertaining, make sure to smash the like button. I post daily videos. I do tons of giveaways. And that's my way of saying thank you guys for subscribing. And thank you guys for tuning in, supporting the channel. Because without you guys, I wouldn't have any silver. So I don't care how much silver I give away out of my own stack. Thanks for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.